Hello, I'm going to show you how you can translate a plugin, and sometimes there can be some kind of problem that you don't put it in the right map. So you think that there is a translation, and the product says that it has the translation in your language, but when you're uploading it, then nothing will be translated. So I'm gonna show you what you can do about that, and just use this plugin. So we have to upload it. Simple feature request. It doesn't matter what for plugin it is. In this case, it's this one. And when you have uploaded and you have activated, then you go into your maps. And the particular plugin that we are using stands in here. Not quite here. It's in the other. So we go into the contents, the plugins, and then you are going to search for the particular plugin that we are going to use in this tutorial. And here it is. And when we open it and we go into the language, then you see that the map is here. Now we want to translate it in Dutch. And as you can see here, it's only in English. So let's do that. So the first thing that we have to do is download the map. So we go in here and we're going to download it. And this is fine for now. Just put it on a place where you can find it. And then open a translation tool like this one. Put it and a new translation. And we want to choose, of course, the file that we have downloaded. And this is the language that we want. That's okay. And let's translate it. Yes, we want to translate it. And now the plugin has been translated. Now, obviously, there are sometimes bugs that you have to put in for yourself, that you have to translate manually. We are not going to do it now, but we can do that, of course. And when we have done that, then we are going to save it. And you can see here that it says only NL. That is the code of the country that I live in, the Netherlands. And that is fine right now. And then when we are going to preview what we have done in here, then we see here that this is the translated scripts that we need. So actually it's here. I'm so sorry, it's not this one. This one that we have downloaded, this one. But as you can see here, the po and the mo, that is what we need. So this one we can delete. Now, before you're doing that, make sure that you have a backup, because sometimes things can go wrong. And mea culpa, non è mea culpa, zeggen ze. They say it in Italy and in Spain. So make sure you do that first. I'm gonna delete it. And as you can see on the website, it's still in English, because that's the way how WordPress works. If a file is deleted, then it's going to search for other files. Now we're going back and we're going to the contents, and we're going to, you can go to the plugins, and then you see it in here, and you can go to the language, but that's not the way you have to do it. You have to select the language, so not the plugins but the language, and then you see here a whole bunch of translations, but then you have to go to the plugins. So this is language, not the plugins, but language, and then the plugins. And then you can see that Elementor is already in here. And we're gonna upload the files that we have translated. So this is the O and the Mo, and we open it. And then you can see it in here, and there are here, but nothing happens. You see it's still English. The only thing that has translated is this. So we have to do something. We have to rename it, and we give it the same name as the folder that we have downloaded. Yeah. Now there is a little difference because it's only simple request and then the country code. So be aware of that. So the other things you have to delete as well. Then you have to go to the other file, and this is the Mo file. Where is it? Simple. This is the Mo, and this is the Po file. So, and you have to translate it as well, rename it. It was better to do it, of course, before you upload it, because it can be a little bit confusing. So that is my fault. But anyway, we do it now this way. Yeah, so we have translated, and just go a little bit back in the video, and then you could see how the name was and what we have made for it now. So it's changed. You see the last part is changed. Okay, let's see if it's translating. And yeah, it's translated. I'm so sorry. So yeah, this is the translation. And if you can see here by client portal, I've also translated, but be aware of that because client portal was a little bit different. And when we're going in here and we are searching for the client portal, there we have to go to the plugins, and when we go to the plugins, then we see client portal. Where are you? Hey, what is this? Here it is. And you can see here the language, and I saw that it's already standing here the Dutch version of Po and Mo. So when it's not translating, then you have to translate this one, the last one. So the language is good. You don't have to do anything because they have already made a translation for my country, and then you have to translate this one. So you have to give it exactly the same name with the PHP on the end, otherwise it's get wrong. So the other files we had to change the name a little bit, but in this case you just have to leave it exactly as it is. So there are two different ways to um, change the files. So the first one in the first plugin was the in the beginning how I showed you it with that first plugin, and by client portal it's a little bit different. So be aware of that. It's not always the same procedures. You see, the Dutch translation is already made here. So I have already made a video about translations. So if you want to see that tutorial, then I advise you to watch that as well. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and give me thumbs up and give me thumbs down if you think this is rubbish. Thanks a lot, and arrivederci.